Hi Nature Hill staff, thanks for taking the time to watch this important video. Our Equity and Excellence team has been working hard this year studying universal design for learning. Recently we've been debating how to best share this learning with you. The conversations have been intense because no one wants to add one more thing to an already very full plate. However, we've come to a realization that I think will make sense to all of you. Around the district for the past year or two, we've been talking about UDL as if it's just one thing. What the EET has realized is that UDL is actually a constellation of many research-based practices. We aren't going to do UDL. Instead, we're going to begin implementing these research-based practices one at a time. Some of these practices might already be regularly evident in your classroom environment, while others might be brand new. Regardless, we're going to take these steps together, learn together, and celebrate together. Our first step, and the focus for the rest of our school year, will be on defining clear learning intentions and success criteria for our students. We start here for a couple of reasons. First, from a research standpoint, clearly articulated learning intentions and success criteria are one of the most critical aspects of effective instruction. In Visible Learning, John Hattie talks extensively about these. He tells us that the more transparent the teacher makes the learning goals, the more likely the student is to engage in the work needed to meet the goal. He goes on to say that the more the student is aware of the criteria for success, the more the student can see the specific actions that are needed to attain these criteria. Another reason for starting here is that we already have these in our instruction. We may call them different things such as objectives or learning targets, but we all have goals we want students to accomplish. What might be absent is the intimate knowledge that our students have of exactly what they should be learning and how they'll know when they've learned it. Therefore, this focus on learning intentions should build upon existing practice and be a good entry point for us into UDL. So, what exactly are learning intentions and success criteria? Learning intentions are a statement of what exactly the student should know, understand, or be able to do as a result of instruction. The learning intention could be for one lesson, a series of lessons, or an entire unit. It's important that these statements focus on the learning that students will do, not just the activities that they'll complete during class time. Success criteria are closely related to the learning intentions. The success criteria answer the question for students, as well as the teacher, how will I know that I've achieved the learning intention? This might come as just a series of bulleted points, or perhaps be communicated through a rubric or a progression. No matter what, though, the success criteria are how students know that they've met the learning intention that was set for them. We'll continue to grow and expand our understanding of learning intentions and success criteria as the year goes on. As you work with your colleagues, you'll collectively start to expand your thinking about them. That collaboration is key to doing this well. If you're comfortable, the other thing that's going to help is if you ask students for feedback on your learning intentions and success criteria. After all, they're meant to help them more clearly understand the why behind your instruction. The expectations that Allie and I have for you are pretty straightforward on this topic. First, if you teach multiple subjects or grade levels, just pick one to start. For some of you, you want to do this in every class, and by all means, go for it. However, if you're nervous or this is new, then we're fine with you just starting small. Pick one place to start. We want all staff to develop a common language and use this language with students. So we're asking that if you've been using other language like learning targets, that you set that language aside and replace it with learning intentions and success criteria. Some of the stems that are helpful, for learning intentions, we are learning to, and the success criteria, I will be successful when. Our students will be able to better transfer the metacognitive skills that we're trying to relate to them if they have a common language in every classroom. And third, however you choose to communicate it, students should be able to answer the question every day, what are you learning today, and how will you know when you're successful? Some teachers may choose to put it on the board, some may have students write it in their notebook, or just others may give it orally. The method really is important, but students' knowledge of the learning intentions and success criteria is. Allie and I are going to be collecting data through walkthroughs on the implementation of learning intentions and success criteria throughout the building. We're going to do this outside of Teachscape. It's not going to be an artifact. We're not going to attach any names to where do we see it and where don't we. We just want to be able to gauge our progress throughout the rest of the year. We want to share it with you and then celebrate our successes as staff. Our goal is that by the end of the year, if we walk into 10 random classrooms throughout the building and talk to students, every single one of those students will be able to answer the questions we mentioned above. So a tight focus on learning intentions and success criteria will take us one step closer to the potential that UDL promises. When we return in the fall, our next step will be ensure that we have a deep knowledge of our students' learning. When we can leverage that knowledge to help all students achieve the learning intentions and success criteria, we will truly be an excellent and equitable school. Thanks for your time today. Feel free to send any questions my way or reach out to any member of the Equity and Excellence team. Have a good day.